Hey y'all, it's Tammy with Collard Valley Cooks. I found some old recipes of mine and remembered a cake a friend of mine from church, who is now in heaven, gave me. It was an orange surprise cake. But I've learned since I made this that a lot of people call it the Picken cake. Make sure and make a couple of alterations when you make this recipe to make it even better. Just go by my recipe and not exactly how I made it today. But boy, is it good. It is going to be delicious. It's a cake with oranges in it. You use a yellow cake mix, and then you use some vanilla pudding and some pineapple in the icing. It's going to be really good. We're just going to use a Duncan Hines jelly cake mix. And we're going to go ahead and put that in our bowl. I'm just going to mix everything all at one time. I've got it open. When I flavor cake, and if I'm using a cake mix, I'll just go ahead and tell you that I would rather it be with a white cake mix, because when you use a yellow cake mix, the flavor of a yellow cake mix overpowers just about anything you put in it. You're going to use 3/4 cups of milk. A half a stick of butter softened, and I stuck it in the microwave just for long enough to get it soft. You're going to use 3 eggs in here. And then you're just going to mix it up. I'm going to throw some orange Jell-O in here. Make it taste even better, because I want it to be orangey. Not just have the oranges in it, but taste a little bit orangey. This is orange flavored gelatin. And I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons in here. And I'll show y'all the box. It's just Jell-O, orange flavoring, gelatin. All right, so we're just going to mix this up. We're going to put our oranges in last because you don't want to beat them up. Now I'm going to taste it and see if it's orangey enough, because a yellow cake mix really has a strong flavor to it. Well, I just made a mess. So I'm going to taste this. You can't even taste the orange. Should we just put the whole thing in there? I say yes. Gonna be sweet, ain't it? Sweet! All right, that should get it. Now let me lick these beaters. Then we're gonna fold in these oranges and get it in the oven. While we're over here, I'm going to spray 2 8-inch layers with some cooking spray. This has got flour in it. I always do it over the sink. When we were over at Eddie's at the holidays, I don't know if y'all remember, but he did the same thing. He said, let's go over here to the sink and spray these. Well, that's what I would like to do. Get them sprayed up good. Set them down right here. Got stuff in the way. Our grocery store, well, our oven's preheated, y'all. Perfect timing. Our grocery store started carrying flowers, and it used to didn't. And they just got in a little cooler, and they had these lilies, and they had baby's breath, and they weren't real expensive. And I thought, I'm getting me some lilies and baby's breath. And isn't it pretty on the table, y'all? It's so pretty. All right. So we're taking a can of mandarin oranges. And I drained them. And we're going to put them in here. Mix them up. And you do need to mix it. You know, it's not going to hurt them to break up a little bit because it's the thick batter. All right, but remember when that butter gets more to temperature, it'll be a little runnier in the batter too. We're going to get these in the pans. Now we're going to make that delicious Cool Whip frosting. It's Cool Whip with pineapple and vanilla pudding. It's going to be so good, y'all. I bet y'all have had one of these. Y'all let me know if your mama did this too. This was my friend, Miss Thrasher. She never had any kids. But boy, I went to church with her. She loved to cook. Me and her would talk about what was on sale every week at the grocery store. And we'd talk about the sales papers. And we had a ball, me and her. She's up there in heaven watching me make this cake right now. Hey, Miss Thrasher, right? Hope I'm doing it right, and she's proving of it. All right, let's get it in the oven and get it done, and then we're going to make our icing, y'all. Okay. We'll see y'all in a bit. Yummy. A while to get done because of all the fruit that they have in them. That one sunk a little bit, but it's fuller than the other one. But we'll get these flipped out as soon as they cool down enough that I can touch the pan. And then we're going to make our delicious icing. That's good. Sun's coming out here so y'all can see it good. Pretty. Okay, it's time to make our Hawaiian frosting. You use Cool Whip, a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, and a 3.4-ounce box of vanilla instant pudding. Okay? And you can use sugar-free if you need to, but now nothing about this is really sugar-free. So if you're a diabetic, you probably shouldn't be eating it because it's got a lot of sugar in it. Because I put a whole pack of Jell-O in it. It's got oranges in it. I mean, you know, it's got a lot of stuff in it. So we're going to put our pudding in here. You do use juice and all for the pineapple because, you know, you're not putting milk in here for a pudding. And I actually used pineapple slices and used my pull slicer to crush it up because I wanted to put a little slice on the top of the cake, a portion of a slice anyway. So we're going to get our pineapple in here. And I'm going to put the Cool Whip in last because I don't want, I want to mix this up good first. Oh no, it's going to splatter. Maybe I'll do it this way. Until I get the Cool Whip in there. I don't want it all over my bar. Now that's starting to thicken. Because that'll thicken up quick. Yeah, I'm going to use my spatula that I'm going to ice the cake with. And I'm going to put my Cool Whip in here. We're going to mix it up and ice our cake. Just use a small 8-ounce. This is a 16-ounce, so we're not going to be using all of it. Just half of it. That's not real thick. I think that's going to squish out in between the layers, Chris. You know what?
She made it as a sheet cake, didn't she?
Maybe I was not supposed to mix it. Maybe I was supposed to fold it. Does it even say? I think this mix could be a little bit thicker. So I'm going to put, this is actually a big thing of vanilla. If I'd known that I would have used it to start with. But I'm going to pour about half of this in there. And instead of using a 3.4 ounce of vanilla pudding, when I give y'all the recipe, I'm going to tell you to use the larger vanilla pudding. Because I made layers, and I want this thing to be able to be iced in the icing state in between the layers and not smush out of it. So we're going to add this to it. And that'll make it thicker. Okay. Looks good. Now that's more like it, I think. All right. Delish. Now we're going to ice it. I'm using a plate because I want to put this in my refrigerator. This cake should be refrigerated. And you're going to see that these layers are they're going to be awfully soft. And the fruit, it makes it look like it wasn't done, but it's just the fruit on the bottom. So we're going to take the layer. And I think I'm going to put this side down, that way maybe it'll slice better when I get it sliced. Lord, I'm making it in this, on this, what do you call it, plate.
The white plate?
Yeah.
With the white cake?
Yeah. But that's all right. A little extra right here. Lord, I'm going to have plenty of icing. We're going to have to, I don't know what we're going to do.
Probably good on some muffins or something.
Yeah. Come around here, baby, while I pour this on the top, and then you can. They're gonna have to be around here to see how I ice the sides anyway, probably. Actually, you may have to go back around once there you go. I like for y'all to have a good view. All right, I'm going to just push this around the top, just like that. Grab a little bit on my spatula, and I push it from the top to the side. So let's get some more on the top. Let's be generous. Well, we're going to about use it all. It takes a lot more to ice a cake than you think. Anyway, let me tell y'all about Miss Thrasher. Miss Thrasher and I really love to sit together at church. And she done the baby nursery for as long as she could even remember. And she didn't have kids, so she got her fill of babies at church. And so she was always in the baby nursery on Sunday morning, because she served in there almost every Sunday. And we just hit it off, because I always worked the nursery, and me and her became friends, and it was just a good friendship that we had there at church. Yummy. Orange cake with pineapple icing. All right, I saved the pineapple down on the bottom of this, just a piece of one to decorate the top of the cake with. So if you're taking it somewhere, of course, if you use crushed pineapple, you won't have pineapple. But if you have one, then put it on there like that. It's pretty. Hey y'all, it's Tammy, and Carla made me this beautiful apron. Carla sent me a letter. It's got Tammy on it, a mixer, Collard Valley Cooks, and CVC at the top. She did a really good job, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Carla and say thank you for the card and the praise that you sent me, that you sent in your note. And I just want to tell you I'm excited that you love our cooking show and that you love Real Southern Woman's Bible Study. So thank you, Carla. All right, we're gonna slice this wonderful cake. And remember, this is gonna be a very moist cake because it's got that fruit in it. When I flavor cake, and if I'm using a cake mix, I'll just go ahead and tell you that I would rather it be with a white cake mix, because when you use a yellow cake mix, the flavor of a yellow cake mix overpowers just about anything you put in it. So even if this is an orange cake, and you can taste the oranges, if it were a white cake mix, you could taste them more, okay? So when I do the recipe, I'm actually going to ask y'all to use a white cake mix instead of a yellow cake mix. And if you've got a yellow one in the pantry, by all means use it. But if you want to taste more orange, use a white. It's really good though. Either way, it's going to be good, right? That pineapple's good and strong. And that's one reason that I think you should always use a white layer when you're making fresh coconut, because fresh coconut has such a mild flavor. And if you put coconut with a yellow layer, it's just hard to, it just gets overpowering. Y'all know me and my cakes. I like cake. And this is a really good cake. It's good for the spring. It's pretty. It's would even look probably, I don't know how much the color would change if it were a white layer, but it's really, really good and delicious. So Miss Thrasher knows me well enough to know that I put my spin on it. So we'll be using a little bit more vanilla pudding, some orange jello flavoring in the layer, and a white layer instead of a yellow layer. So y'all check that out in the recipe. Always go by my recipes, not by what you see me put in the mixer, because sometimes I make mistakes, and a lot of times I change it up to make it even more delicious. Thanks for watching Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook like Miss Thrasher did. Yummy!